Court, and she is the 109th Justice.
And some events that happened on that, the Chemical Weapons Convention was signed, and there's a 7.5 earthquake that struck Japan. Same here.
It's the Melanie Show. It's the Melanie Show.
Hi everybody, I'm happy today to introduce you to my special guest, Ruth Ginsburg, who is a Supreme Court Justice. So look right now, here she comes.
Thank you for having me, Miss Merlin.
Please, call me Melanie.
Okay then, Melanie.
So, who did you replace on the Supreme Court?
Well, I'm Byron White, a Supreme Court Justice, but I'm getting old and I'm going to retire from being in the Supreme Court.
Okay, Byron, I hope you enjoy your retirement.
Thank you, Bill Clinton, the 42nd President. I replaced Byron White because he retired in June of 1993 after 31 years of service.
Very interesting. We are all wondering who appointed you.
This is an easy question.
Now that Byron White retired, who will take over? I have to appoint somebody because it's the president's job. Well, let's take a look at my options. Oh my gosh, she is perfect. I'm appointing Ruth Bader Ginsburg. She is highly qualified and has a big heart. That's just what I'm looking for in justice.
No more wondering, because I'll give you the answer right here on live television.
Okay, Ruth, the answer right after the break. Have you ever wondered about why the Supreme Court was founded?
Yes, I've always wanted to know why.
But no need now. You can find out for a small fee of $1.99.
That's a great deal. Here's the money.
Well, the Supreme Court was founded on the Judiciary Act of 1787. The court was composed of 6 members. Then it changed to 9. Number was set by Congress, not the Constitution. Welcome back. So everyone's waiting to find out who appointed you.
Bill Clinton, the 42nd President.
Mr. Clinton sure does know how to pick a new justice.
Aw, you're so kind.
To a new subject now. How long have you been on the Supreme Court?
Last year, 2013, was my 20th year.
Wow. How old were you when you joined the Supreme Court?
I was 60 years old when I joined the Supreme Court.
How does the Supreme Court check the power of the President and the Congress? I think that we should take this bill and turn it into a law. All I have to do is go to the Supreme Court and get it approved from the Supreme Court justices. So, what do you think about the bill?
We don't think this law is constitutional.
I agree with Stephen. This law goes against the Constitution.
This law is very unconstitutional, and I don't think it should be passed.
As Chief Justice, I am disagreeing with this, and we shall all take a vote now. All in favor of this being the law, say aye. Okay then, everyone in favor of this being nothing, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
The Supreme Court can get rid of any bill by voting.
Are there any cases that you worked on before you were on the Supreme Court?
There is one, the Frontier versus Richardson. That was a case in the 1960s.
Interesting. I heard that you were a survivor of cancer. Is it true? Well, it turns out pain in your stomach is a tumor in your pancreas. We did some surgery and we stopped it. If it were any later, it could have been the most deadly cancer known to humans.
Phew, now I can continue being Supreme Court Justice.
Let us know if it gets any worse here at Memorial Sloan Kettering Hospital.
It is true, if I went to the hospital any later, it could have been very serious.
Is it also true that your mother had cancer?
It is true, my mother had trouble with cancer throughout my college years and sadly died the day before my graduation.
That must have been really hard for you.
It was, but enough about that. Can we talk about another thing?
Of course. So, what colleges did you go to?
I went to look at all the different colleges. There's Harvard University, Columbia Law School, Cornell University, Columbia University, and Harvard Law School. I went to Harvard University, Harvard Law School, Cornell University, Columbia University, and Columbia Law School.
So, what was college like for you?
Well, when I went to Harvard Law School in 1956, I was one of 9 females in the class of 500.
Wow, so how'd that make you feel to be one of 9 women in college?
It was hard because I felt all eyes were on me, and if I failed, I won't only be failing myself, but other women too.
That must have been hard for you.
It was, but I have to thank my daughter who I had with my late husband.
Would you care to talk about your late husband and your daughter?
I would be happy to. I married my husband in 1954, had our first daughter in 1955, and our son in 1965.
Ah, so who is your husband and how is life with him?
My husband is Martin D. Ginsburg. After I graduated from Cornell University, I married him. Life with him was challenging the first year because we had our daughter, and shortly after he was drafted into the military. After 2 years of the military, he was discharged and came to Harvard with me.
I'm very happy for you, but on to a new subject now. How have your rights changed?
My rights have changed quite a bit. People think that they have more rights when I joined the Supreme Court. Since I was the first Jewish woman on the Supreme Court, I made Jewish women more confident.
Well, that's all the time we have today. Thank you for coming, Ruth.
Thank you for having me.
We'll see you tomorrow night.
Nice job.
So, any questions at all?
Yeah.
Okay.
Your theme. Tell us how that relates to rights and responsibilities connected.
Well, she was the first Jewish woman on the Supreme Court, so it made Jewish people more confident, and it opened up for them for her rights. And her rights and responsibilities changed when she was on the Supreme Court.
Okay. Because of herself.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
It was. What was your favorite part about doing this project?
Having to come up with a script and
How long did it take?
we started working on the script 2 weeks
Couple
ago.
of weeks.
So
It Did you use it practice in school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what was the most challenging?
The most challenging part maybe is
Well, it's definitely getting like everything to come together right at the end.
You guys did a really good job.
thank you.
And you have not been nervous at all. Were you nervous coming into this?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh. Wow. Well, that surprises me. You don't seem nervous at all.
Was it like, how, did you like right away know you guys wanted to do a performance? Because not a lot of people did that.
I knew it, but I told her.
I came
Then
up.
she agreed with it.
Yeah.
You had to convince her. Was that 10 minutes?
Is it 10 minutes? Have you timed it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was about
Awesome.
9 minutes and 45 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Turn it on.